Friends close to Nicole Kidman are apparently terrified that Keith Urban has awakened to publicly embarrass and hurt the actor.
And what do you know? There are these videos that come to light that seem to show him being flirty with this Maggie woman on stage.
It's been tough. Apparently this week is where things got too hard for her. She says this week was the week from hell thanks to Urban.
So picture this. Nicole Kidman just filed for divorce after nearly 2 decades of marriage, and before the ink even dries on those papers, Keith Urban is already making headlines for something no one saw coming. Rumors are swirling that he's not just moved on, but that he's seeing 2 women at once. Yep, 2. And the internet is losing its mind trying to figure out who they are, what's real, and whether this is Keith's way of quietly getting revenge or just a man rebounding fast after a very public heartbreak. Before we get deep into this wild love triangle, or should we say love square, make sure to hit that like button and drop a comment if you've been following this story since the divorce news broke. Because trust me, this one's got everything: music, mystery, heartbreak, and a possible double romance straight out of a Nashville drama.
It should be noted that while Nicole recognized and celebrated their anniversary, and he responded to that post, he did not share anything on social media commemorating their 19 years together.
Now let's rewind for a second. Keith and Nicole were Hollywood royalty. They met in 2005, fell hard, and tied the knot the following year. Together they had 2 daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, and for a long time, their marriage seemed rock solid. Red carpets, public affection, supportive interviews. They had that picture-perfect glow. But behind those smiles, insiders claim cracks were forming for years. Some say distance was the real killer. Nicole spent months filming overseas while Keith toured endlessly. And at some point, love just couldn't keep up with their schedules.
Keith Urban and this divorce has driven him to publicly embarrass and hurt the actor.
The other woman. Dun, dun, dun. Nicole was said to be blindsided by Keith's decision to end their marriage because she thought they were working through things. Not so. A source tells People their lives were moving in different directions, and once he quietly set up his own place, it felt like the writing was on the wall.
By late summer 2025, whispers started spreading that the couple was living apart. Keith was reportedly staying at a separate residence in Nashville, and when the official divorce filing dropped on September 30th, fans were stunned, but not exactly shocked. The reason listed? The classic irreconcilable differences. Translation, whatever broke between them wasn't fixable. And that's when things started getting messy. Just days after the filing, paparazzi spotted Keith without his wedding ring for the first time. That single missing piece of jewelry sent the tabloids into overdrive. Was it over for good? Had someone else caught his attention? Because suddenly one name kept popping up over and over again: Maggie Baugh.
Get caught up on this Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban situation. Keith Urban has a younger lady friend, is it?
She's one of his guitarists. She is 25 years old. Her name is Maggie. There is some thought that he could be in a relationship with her or in, some sort of romantic setup with her. We were told that before anyone said Maggie's name, we were told by people who were close to Nicole that they felt that he had moved on with another woman.
If that name sounds familiar, it's because Maggie's been part of Keith's touring crew. She's a rising country musician in her mid-20s and plays guitar in his band. Fans first noticed something off when Maggie started showing up in more behind-the-scenes clips, smiling ear to ear next to Keith, sharing inside jokes and exchanging glances that some people described as a little too comfortable for coworkers.
As more reports are coming in saying he's actually dating 2 women. Oh, and we unearthed another clip. Keith looks as if he's out to try to publicly embarrass and hurt Nick, a source close to Kidman told the Daily Mail. He's always been the quieter one, but now that seems to have changed.
Then came the moment that broke the internet. During one of his concerts, Keith performed his hit song, The Fighter. Now, normally, that song's famous because it was written about Nicole. But instead of singing the usual lyrics, Keith allegedly changed them mid-performance. Instead of saying, "Baby, I'll be the fighter," He looked toward the side of the stage and said, "Maggie, I'll be your guitar player." The crowd gasped, fans started filming, and within hours, clips flooded social media with captions like, "Did he really just say that?" That one lyric swap sparked an online explosion. Was Keith playfully teasing his guitarist, or was that his subtle way of announcing something much deeper? Well, not helping matters, Maggie's own father was approached for comment, and his answer only made the rumors grow louder. He said, quote, "I haven't heard one way or the other." That's not exactly a denial, right? If anything, it fueled even more speculation that something could be going on behind the scenes.
That Keith has another woman. They say multiple sources connected to Nicole tell TMZ all signs point to the fact Keith is with another woman. Let's just say Nicole doesn't dispute that, but she's still shocked over it. Another source says it's all over Nashville. What we don't know, though, is the timing of it all. Did Keith start seeing this other woman after he moved out and called it quits with Nicole, or while he was still with her?
Of course, it didn't take long for fans to start digging into Maggie's personal life. And that's where things got even more confusing. Apparently, Maggie's been linked to another man, a lighting designer named Cameron Coley. So either this rumor's completely off base, or there's a lot more happening under the surface than anyone's ready to admit. Meanwhile, Keith hasn't said a word. No interviews, no denials, just silence. And in Hollywood, silence often speaks louder than any statement. But then came the twist that sent gossip circles spinning. A few days after the Maggie rumors hit, another report surfaced from Nashville insiders claiming Keith wasn't just getting close to his guitarist. He'd been spotted around town with a different woman entirely. This mysterious brunette, described as stylish and younger, was reportedly seen having dinner with Keith at a private restaurant near Music Row. And before long, media outlets started suggesting that Keith might not have one new love interest, but two.
And yeah, now reports are coming in. Kelsey Ballerini apparently is the other person he's trying to date.
Now, take this next part with a grain of salt, but it's been repeated by several outlets, including one particularly bold report from entertainment columnist Rob Shooter, who claimed Keith is moving fast and keeping his options open, seeing not one but two women since the divorce. The first is Maggie. The second? A local Nashville socialite, someone outside the music industry. Her name hasn't been confirmed, but the buzz is she's been part of the same social circles for years. Whether it's a friendship turned romantic or just rumor mill chaos, no one's sure.
They had separated, but that we were told Nicole really still wanted to try and make the marriage work. Well, not too long after that, we learned that she had kind of given up on that ever happening and had in fact filed for divorce. Now,
maybe she didn't try that hard. Maybe she found out about this other woman a while ago. Just saying.
Still, fans can't ignore the pattern. Keith ditches his wedding ring, tweaks his song lyrics, looks a little too cozy with his guitarist, and now gets spotted having quiet dinners with another woman. That's a lot of coincidence for 1 week. Social media has been flooded with side-by-side photos and amateur detective work, comparing jewelry, matching bracelets, analyzing body language, you name it. And honestly, it's classic Hollywood frenzy at this point.
So, and that's, I think, the big issue here is the fact that Keith seems to feel great already with this new girl he's jumping out. In fact, reports are that he's got 2 women that he's reporting out to. This is the other latest update, which is just wild to see. Before I get to Kelsey Ballerini.
Meanwhile, Nicole Kidman has kept things classy and low-key. She's reportedly focusing on work, filming her upcoming project overseas, and keeping contact with her daughters. A source close to her told People magazine that Nicole's doing fine and focused on what really matters. But behind closed doors, insiders say she's deeply disappointed by how fast Keith seems to have moved on. After 19 years together, it's hard not to feel blindsided watching your ex become tabloid fodder with 2 new women. Some Hollywood watchers say this might be Keith's way of reclaiming his freedom. He's been through addiction recovery, career highs and lows, and the pressures of being married to one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Maybe they argue he's just trying to live a little and find joy again, but others see it differently. They say Keith's rebound looks a little too strategic, almost like he's proving something. And let's be real, timing matters. When fans see two new women pop up right after a split, it doesn't exactly scream emotional healing.
Maggie Bao, as we remember, this clip was 6 days ago, as while Kidman was at home, sort of keeping a low profile, Urban had been on stage with his band, including guitarist.
Of course, all of this is still speculation. There's no official confirmation of any romantic relationships. Keith hasn't addressed the rumors, and neither have the women involved. Still, the optics are wild. The headlines practically write themselves. Keith Urban's double romance, Nicole Kidman's ex caught in two-girl scandal, country chaos in Nashville. Whether it's intentional or not, Keith has become the center of the juiciest post-divorce story of the year. But here's where things get interesting. Some insiders say the story's about to get bigger. Word around Nashville is that there's tension brewing within Keith's touring team, with some people allegedly feeling uncomfortable about how close he's gotten to certain crew members. Others say Maggie herself has pulled back from a few performances recently, maybe to cool down the speculation. So, could the pressure be too much? Or is there something real here that's just not ready to go public yet?
Maggie has spoken out too. Well, she's planning to, or she's using this clout to promote music. Who knows what it's going to be, but she returned to Instagram after Keith's split, and look what she posted. A black screen, announcement coming soon. She posted this yesterday evening.
And if that wasn't enough, fans noticed something unusual online. Keith's official social media pages have been quieter than usual, while Maggie's engagement skyrocketed overnight. Her follower count jumped. Her comment section filled with messages like, "Are you the new Nicole?" and "Girl, what's the real story?" It's the kind of viral storm that no PR team can fully control. Whether it's innocent or not, the internet has already decided that Keith and Maggie are the hot topic of fall 2025. But here's the real question. Does Keith even care? At his last live show, he smiled through it all, laughed with fans, and even joked about being a free man with a guitar. To some, that's proof he's thriving. To others, it's a little tone deaf, considering how recent the divorce is. Either way, one thing's clear. Keith Urban is no longer hiding from the spotlight. If anything, he's leaning right into it. So where does that leave Nicole? Some say she's quietly planning a move back to Australia for a while, maybe to escape the noise. Others think she'll take the high road, stay focused on work, and let time do the talking. But if Keith keeps popping up with not one, but two potential new flames, it's only a matter of time before this story gets a whole lot louder. Whether it's Maggie Baugh, the mysterious Nashville brunette, or just overblown gossip, one thing's certain. Keith Urban has officially entered his post-divorce era, and fans are glued to every headline. The question now isn't whether he's moved on, it's how fast and with who. If you've made it this far, you're the real MVP. So what do you think? Are these just exaggerated rumors, or did Keith Urban really move on with two women this quickly? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and make sure to subscribe for the next big update in this wild Hollywood love saga right here on Hush Buzz.